Hello everybody, first episode of ArtByrdStudios Ink Therapy. First guest, good friend of mine, Jeff Vance. How are you, buddy?
Good. How we doing?
Doing good today. Guess we're going to start the first episode with some brief information. Today we're going to be working on a Derek Hess piece. I've done a few of those in the past. He's giving me great love by shouting me out. So go give him some love back and knock out a nice, great piece. This one's called Social Anxiety. I guess basically, like I said, the way this podcast kind of came about, me and Jeff been good friends for a few years. He's been helping me out. I've been kind of working on a lot of his work over the years. And it's a great time to get him back in. We're going to be talking about our brief friendship, how it started. We're going to be talking about our current ventures, partnerships. We have Lunchbox Comedy. That's today. We're going to have, what show is this? Number 5? Is this 4, 5, 6?
I think this is 6.
The 6th sold out show. You guys come out and support us. You take it on from here. I'm gonna start setting up for us.
Yeah.
And go ahead and talk freely. How do we become friends? How'd you find me?
Well, you know, when you need a tattoo, you go from tattoo office, tattoo shop to tattoo shop. You meet new people, and I came in, met Rupert to get some color done briefly. I popped in with my kids, and they stayed out front and played Smash Brothers while we sat back and did some color. And that was the dawn of, hey, I know a guy. Because usually it's like, hey, I want to get a tattoo done. Who do you know? And that's when I'm like, I know a guy. And that spawned Genevieve, Alicia.
Yes, many good friends of mine that I've done multiple pieces on. I think without our introduction, or at least our first meeting, I don't think this would be possible. I don't think today would be possible at all in many cases.
Yeah, in most cases. You know, it's kind of strange to think that all it took was like some art to link us together, and then you realize how much you actually know about a person. It goes back to music, and I DJ, you do music. So it all just kind of lined up in a real cool way.
Can y'all still hear us? We're, like I said, first episode. We're testing things out. Hopefully,
trial by error.
Yeah, hopefully not no problem.
Yeah. If it is a problem, deal with it.
Yeah, we're gonna deal with it. So a few of these tattoos that I've done on Jeff, I've done the Samurai. Jason Voorhees. Pretty dope here.
That was our Friday the 13th tattoo.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was a fun piece. I would say 100% custom, but maybe 99.
No one else drew it on me, so that makes it 100% custom.
Alright, well let's hop into the real cake of things. This comedy show. How is it? How did it start? How's it coming about? Like what's some of the comedians, and just give us some. I mean, this inception literally is probably 2 months, 2.5, 3 months maybe.
Maybe it's real early. We have like 1 full month of comedy, and we're in the 2nd month now. It started with like, hey, I want to tell jokes. Let's start an open mic night. And then no one really came for an open mic night. They just wanted to see a comedy show. So then I started hiring features, headliners to come do the comedy show, and it was a real comedy show. So it started very, very humbly, like, let's just do an open mic night. And it changed from there. But, it's grown into what it is now.
We're going to pause. You want to tell us who we're brought to, who's bringing us, and who's doing our messages today and all that?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So
this episode is brought to you by the letters.
Who's our sponsor over there?
We have Painless Tattoo.
Painless Tattoos. Now this helps you. It's a topical anesthetic that you're going to put on your tattoo if you have problems with dealing with the pain. It's almost like a lidocaine ointment for the tattoos. Painless Tattoo. Thank you guys. I don't even feel it. It's good stuff. All gain, no pain. Painless Tattoos.
Yeah. Sell these $30. If you use code, we'll have that at the end of this episode. We'll give you $5 off. So yeah, stay tuned. All right. So back into who's some of the comedians that have graced the stage in its infancy?
Sure. You would think an infancy for a comedy show means you get comedians that aren't headliner material, but I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of friends that have frequented Funny Bones. They've been touring comedians. So our first show actually had nothing but bangers at it. We had Johnny Worsham was there. We had Jenna Irwin, and it was the first time I got to meet the Chris Fades, who came in as an open micer that night and just completely blew me away. I was like, no, you need to focus a little bit more on this comedy because that's definitely what you should be doing. You can tell. It's the same thing with like anybody that comes to do music or like DJs or just grabs a microphone. You can tell immediately what they're meant for, and sometimes it's a curveball.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I think what I've respected about this movement is that in the midst of a city like Baton Rouge, where the saturation of things to do is high, bringing this market to one of our smaller neighboring communities allows us to be at least the main focus attraction of these weekends. So I like the fact that, we don't have to fight for your time in these areas. So there's always a thing to do. I like that aspect of it, as far as branching out in Ascension and, places that's literally 20 minutes away, so relatively close.
Yeah, and it's we're at ArtByrdStudios, right by the interstate off of Sherwood. It's a great location if you're looking to get some ink done. I suggest it. I mean, I trust this guy with my arm,
with my skin,
with my skins. It's cool to have something unique to offer because originally it was, like I said, it was just supposed to be an open mic, and then it became an actual comedy show, and now I got people saying, "Hey, you're a promoter," and I'm like, I don't know what that is, but if it's me hiring comedians to do a show, sure, I guess.
I'd say you've been a good facilitator as far as getting us all together, creating that line of communication between almost 30-some people. So I give you kudos if you haven't received it yet.
Well, I appreciate it. It's definitely something that I encourage a lot of people to do because it's not the comedy as much as it is. I encourage people to get together with other small businesses and try and push each other up because, the big businesses aren't knocking on our doors to come help us. So it's up to us to kind of do it ourselves.
Absolutely. Like I said, I like the team that's, formed so far. I've done a few events. Turnout for myself has been positive. Me operating as a private studio and sole tattoo artist at ArtByrdStudios. You kind of know what you're getting with me as far as in, the individual. So, you might be on an episode once or twice. Hopefully, whatever you'd like to talk about is engaging, because, I mean, we could talk about some wide range of topics.
Yeah. There's no real limit to what kind of story you might have. Like when you get here, I'm sure it's an intense place to be, like under the needle and someone asking you questions, but there's no better place to be honest about something.
Absolutely. I think the honesty here is highlighted when you're under the scope of a needle.
Yeah.
I mean, you can lie if you want to, but yeah. Hey, what's the fun in that unless it's entertaining?
Very true. So,
how you feel? You haven't been under the needle in...
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. What was your last piece that I did on you?
I want to say my big dragon here. That guy.
Yeah. That might be the last time.
A little hurry. But, yeah, as you can see, all the color holds up really well.
Oh, yeah. Let's get a little reference back in here.
Right.
So, what's some other things that you do, Jeff? What's some of your...
Well, the bread maker is DJing. I do weddings, private events and stuff on the weekends. All the comedy takes place during the week. I wanted to make sure that we highlighted the weekdays versus the weekends. That way, a touring comedian can come in, do some sets, and then actually make what they're worth on the weekend. Now, because we are new, we can't really offer Joe Rogan money for a Tuesday night. But, we like to think that we're Joe Rogan money worth.
Yeah.
We're worthy of that.
I think the audience that, arrives for those shows is definitely worth seeing Joe Rogan. Not only that, but the comedians and lineup that's already there. So I think you'd be really excited for an experience that you may have only seen either on television or,
Yeah. That's a perfect point, because a lot of Ascension Parish, where we do most of our shows, we're the #1 comedy show in Ascension Parish. So, in case y'all didn't know, we're the only comedy show in Ascension Parish. But we're also the #1 comedy show. So,
yes,
you can weigh that out however you want. But it's an intense thing to know that you're in a place that that's never had anything like this. So it's a combination of educating a group of people that have only witnessed comedy on Netflix, and making sure to take care of those that really appreciate stand-up comedy, because they're coming from all different places to do comedy, because there's not a lot of places to do comedy. So, like tonight we have Olivia coming on the show at Gilla, and she's actually from Pensacola. So you want to talk about a trip just to not make Joe Rogan money and just tell jokes? She's driving from Florida to come do comedy for y'all in Ascension Parish. So
yeah,
it's not really something you put on the resume.
But hey, now you can.
Now you can.
Now you can.
That's the goal.
See, also what I like about this approach to bringing comedy to, Ascension Parish, Louisiana, essentially, is that anybody could schedule to be an open mic. Soon you will see me do a set. I might grace the stage in these upcoming weeks and, try out some material, which is, I would say, a slight... I've always wanted to do stand-up in some form. So a dream is being fulfilled for myself in this regard. So I'm thankful for the opportunity, considering that, like, there wouldn't be one hadn't it came.
There is other spots in the area that do comedy shows, and I'll plug them because, again, it's all together. Like,
Thank you for that.
It's a work in progress, but like creating a comedy scene is near impossible to just do it by yourself.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to give a shout out to the station. They run an open mic night, I think, on Wednesdays. And Will Merrill runs open mic at the Silly Rabbit on Mondays. You can go.
Awesome.
Either one of those dates is a good time to hop in, try out some jokes. Because if we're not doing it together, then we're doing it wrong.
Absolutely.
And that can be applied to anything. Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
You got to do it together. Because if you try to do it all yourself, not only will your eyes start twitching and, hair loss.
Yeah.
It's not as easy to do it by yourself. So definitely reach out to anybody that does comedy and see what you can do for them.
Absolutely. So, what's some of the other venues?
We got Gilla. Gilla Brewing Company is tonight. We also have South 73 Lunchroom. If you're in the Denham Springs area, we started a regular show at Mr. Milkshake, an espresso bar. That has been going pretty good. The newest addition would be Big Bad Bites. Big Bad Bites is right around the corner. But before we get to Big Bad Bites, we also have Top Notch Daiquiri Shop. And don't let the name fool you. They have some of the best food in Ascension Parish. If you haven't been by Top Notch, I highly recommend you go check them out.
Alright.
But all of these venues are super supportive of the comedy scene, and it takes a village. So if you have a venue or you know someone that's looking for something to try in the area, hit us up, reach out, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah. How you hanging in there with this tattoo, man? Being tattooed and
talking is different.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Normally I'm just clenched up thinking about life, but now it's like having to talk about life. Yeah, it's going great.
Cool.
Thanks to our sponsor.
Yeah. Painless Tattoo.
Painless Tattoo. Thank you guys so much for being a sponsor of the show. Boom. There it is.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a cool tattoo. The meaning behind it is pretty wild. If you've seen, I'll post a picture of the actual tattoo. But social anxiety is a strange one. Because it's not something that's commonly seen with someone that does comedy, or DJs for that matter, but in small chunks of people, I become a turtle and I just want to hide. It's hard to describe what the one-on-one meetings with brides are like, but that's where I'll sweat the most. I profusely sweat when it's just a one-on-one conversation. And that can be applied to any situation. That's life, that's the grocery store, right now for the most part. And I've known Rupert for quite some time, years. And it's there. It doesn't go away. It just hides a little bit. And comedy, ironically, being in front of a group of people has me a lot more comfortable than if it's a one-on-one type situation. It's how I treat it. I'm unmedicated because the medication was altering things on my body, and I was like, yeah. I have anxiety. This gives me more anxiety. So, sure, find a medicine that works, but also, sometimes don't take the chance. Just let it be.
That's it. I think my anxiety comes more from, I have anxiety while doing the tattoo. Hoping that it comes out great at the end. So, as I get to about 40-50%, I start feeling a lot better, and my sweating stops.
Right? Yeah, so the tattoo itself, It's just a character kind of clenched up to himself, and all eyes are on him. So it's all little bitty sets of eyes just kind of peering in, and judging is the idea. Like, in my head, that's what it means. It's just eyes piercing in, judging this character that doesn't even see the people. But in my head, I've already got like 10 scenarios of different, people judging me from afar. Which is crazy. But I'm crazy. So, this one is a combination of that mixed with the comedy show, which is Lunchbox Comedy. So, he's clutching his lunchbox because,
That's going to give him the most comfort.
Yes.
At this point.
Which, factors into what I do. Like, being on stage is my comfort zone. Seeing me after the show, I'll be sweating and I'll shake your hand, but just know that deep down inside, I want to crawl into a corner and die. But,
probably not something to laugh about, but hey.
No, I've been laughing for years about it. It's fine. But it's cool.
A shameless plug for anxiety hotline.
Yeah. Call the anxiety hotline. I've never done it. But I'm sure it would help me.
I'm sure it'll help a gang of people. Or a tattoo. A tattoo would definitely help.
Yeah. Ink therapy.
Yeah. Not so shameless plug.
Not a shameless plug at all. But anxiety's a tricky one. Because you don't know you have it until you have it. Like, if you're wondering if you have anxiety and you've drove on the interstate and you've run over a garbage bag and you spend more than 5 seconds wondering about that garbage bag, you probably have anxiety. Is it in my car? Did it fly out from the back? I didn't see it. What happened to the garbage bag? You've got anxiety.
That's exactly what that is, brother.
If you've dodged a turtle on the interstate and wondered if you should have grabbed the turtle and put it off into the ditch before it dies, if you've wondered about that, not done it, if you've wondered about that longer than 30 minutes, you probably have anxiety.
Mm.
It's like playing an RPG and you skip all the side quests.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah. Or thinking you skipped all the side quests, but you didn't. Like, you played the story out the way it was supposed to, but for some reason you think, I think I missed half the thing. I don't know.
Just having one of those episodes right now.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. My feet are sweating.
Could be these lights, could be endorphins, could be it's hot as hell. Could be one of those. It could be any of those.
Could be yes to all of them.
Yes.
So, is there a tattoo that you've tattooed that, like, has been your favorite tattoo to tattoo?
Honestly, more recently, yes, I've done a few Dragon Ball Z tattoos that, I'm a huge fan of the art. So therefore, those will always be my favorite. But as far as if I'm replicating someone else's art, I always have fun doing Derek Hess pieces. It's just the artwork, the minimalistic, the thought in the actual piece, the fact that a lot of people that recognize his work, they understand why it has a theme to it. So all of his pieces have a theme. I did a piece called Suicide Note, which was a music note with a little skull on it, and that one was shared by Mr. Hess. And I've done several of his pieces on a few clients. So, like I said, I like those just based off of, what it means for people when they see the piece itself. Like it sometimes has a good association with the artist. So, I like those. I definitely do.
Yeah. Tattoos with deeper meanings, they ring through a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's panda tattoos. You don't need a reason to have a panda tattoo.
No, but they're a silly group.
Yeah.
A silly group.
I know a few of them.
In fact, if I were to say which one was my favorite tattoo on you that I've done, outside of this one, I really like that panda. The panda kind of...
The bolo?
Yeah, the bolo panda.
Right there.
Kind of can see it.
Karate Kid headband.
Yeah.
That's a cool one.
I like that one.
I digs it.
Definitely.
That one, I like the, I forget what all I have on my arm. The Samurai is probably up there. It's one of my favorites. The Jason Voorhees.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the dragon with 3D glasses. It's just ridiculous. That's one of my favorites.
It's going to see Thor or something.
Dude, probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
Wonder why they stopped the 3D experience. Any particular reason? Because it was hot all of a sudden, then it's no longer a fad anymore. They got the IMAX glasses, but that's not the same.
Yeah. I don't know.
I guess
that's a good question.
I guess when like they put all of their research development into getting alcohol into the theaters, it's like, fuck these.
This red and blue shit's gotta go.
They can see red and blue drinking this. Give them a glass of this.
Yeah.
What was the last 3D movie you watched? Oh, that's
3D?
Yeah, in theaters.
I think I watched Doctor Strange in 3D, but that was like the real 3D. The red and yellow, or what is it? Red and blue?
Yeah, red and blue.
I don't know, man. I think that was
like the one I can remember. It was real cheesy. I think it was. I watched it recently, and it just they did all the.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Let me stab you in the eye.
Is it Final Destination, maybe?
That or
Nightmare on Elm Street?
No, it was My Bloody Valentine 3D. That's trash.
I remember that was a unique time because people were making movies before 3D. So if you watch them and they're not in 3D, it just looks
goofy.
Stupid. It looks terrible.
You goofy? You goofy? You dumb?
They done goofed, as Tony likes to say. But it's a unique experience looking back at those movies.
Oh yeah.
Jaws had Jaws 3D, and it was just like that. It's like the bucket was coming at the screen and stuff.
I wonder if any of those Final Destinations. I think
there was
a lot of the horror movies and real like cheesy movies. Yeah.
Crazy times we live in.
Now, what was cheesier is when you bought the 3D TV and then all 3D shit was obsolete. So now you're stuck with this big ass TV.
Oh, dude, I forgot about those.
Yeah.
Vizio had that 7-inch.
I got
3D
that. I had that.
glasses.
I pawned that thing so quick. It's like, please work just for the 12 seconds they need to test it.
Yeah, just work for a minute.
Yeah. Right, this piece is coming along.
Oh, it's awesome.
Feeling that. Almost done. Just give it a little bit more oomph. We're getting there, buddy.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you'd like to be on E-Therapy, reach out to this man next to me.
Yeah. Hit me up. I would love to talk about all the cool things you've done with your life. Alright, we're about to add this LBC on here. Nice. Yeah. Okay, so talk to us about not having a lot of silence, 'cause that's awkward. So, we can, do you have either on your phone or, somewhere. Like, when's the next show? You know, let's highlight some of the...
Yeah. So, Gillis tonight, we have Isaac Cozell is going to be our headliner, who's got a few comedy shows throughout New Orleans. He's done it pretty big and opened for some straight killers like Shane Gillis. He's going to be at the show tonight. And then next week, we have Will Merrill. He's going to headline. Also super talented guy. Done shows all throughout the coast. With some of the biggest names in comedy. So, and that's July 19th. That's going to be a top notch. That's next Tuesday.
Heck yeah.
And so, yeah, that's going to be good. Then we have Mr. Milkshake and South 73 Lunchroom to close out this month. Last Wednesday of every month is South 73 Lunchroom.
Alright.
Yeah. There'll be some killer shows, so come out and see us, support us. Come watch the Spotify channel, Jeff Vance Show. We'll film a lot of the episodes on there, and I believe we're going to air Ink Therapy on there as well, so
Heck yeah.
you'll be able to check out this whole episode.
And we're actually wrapping up. I would do some white highlights, but that's really up to you. It doesn't really need it. But it's definitely there.
Very hissy.
Yeah, let me see. I want to make these feet just point a little bit more like they're pointing into the abyss.
Into the great unknown.
Yes. All right. Let's see what we got, people. Yeah, wipe that off. The review.
The review.
This probably be some cool movie magic edit right here. But if not, maybe you'll see it. I'll probably have to send him some footage, but that's our Lunchbox Comedy social anxiety character, which I think that'll be a dope shirt.
So much drama in the LBC.
Whoa. Kind of hard being Jeff Vance. Yeah.
Voila.
Woo. Somehow, some way.
Keep coming up with silly ass jokes.
Every single day.
Hey.
Yay! Yeah,
Off the
yeah.
cuff.
Yeah, we kind of corny with it, but hey. you
Kanye
know.
ain't got shit on us. Take that, Kanye.
All right. So there we have it. First episode
Nice,
out the way. And if y'all have any questions, you can like, comment, subscribe. Hey, can you even do that on here? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But
You can do it.
Thank you. First episode over with.
Boom.
Bam.
Deuces.
Oh, it hurts.
Had the camera stop.